best friends this week. It's the Bills and the Chargers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaud. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game. And Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Down the sideline he goes. And shedding the tackle and now some room. Touchdown, Allen! Quentin Johnston with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
Open man downfield is Davis.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Allen going to audible to a different look.
They'll try and run forward with Davis. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Hamler, the motion man left. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward.
And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
KJ Hamler.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bills respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Herbert now.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
And able to get this one across the 45 before it's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
To the left side, he's got McConkey.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Play action. It's Herbert.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Herbert back to the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. 42 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes the score 14-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bills offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. 2nd and 10.
Here's Allen to throw it.
That is into the hands of Coleman downfield. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
To throw, it's Allen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The Bills at 6-5 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He's into space past the 25.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go with Gore. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Allen.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Hamler, the motion man left. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Davis. will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Allen.
Throw left side to Kincaid.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. This will be caught at about the 6. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Herbert off of play action.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Herbert.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
Now here's Michael Dixon, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
The Bills offense and their running back Ray Davis ready to take over once more. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix.
Throwing now is Allen.
Open man Hamler, that's complete.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down. To the air, Allen.
They're going right back to Hamler.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. From the gun, a give to Davis.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Allen going to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Up the middle to Davis.
And he is going to have the Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They keep it with Davis on 1st down. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. In motion left goes a tight end. A 1st down carry for Davis. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The carry here for the big tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Dawson Knox, his first rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Bills have broken the tie.
Bass on for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
But they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell...
Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Open man right side, that's McConkey. And he takes a shot at the end of that play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Now a give. Akers running left.
Oh, good move. He fights his way in for a Charger touchdown.
Cam Akers.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Now Allen.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Allen.
Getting this ball out wide for Davis.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Allen now looks to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you wanted. Throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal.
On the left hash, this from 48 yards.
The kick by Bass is good.
And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now 2nd and 3.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Open man, it's Palmer.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Rashee Rice leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey, to check on the Giants. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. Jared Goff has a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, check on the Patriots. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. It was a solid first half of football for running back Ray Davis. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
We'll call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They'll run with the former Bill, Zach Moss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. They'll roll him out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Off the option, here's Akers. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
After to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 24-all.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, our field goal is going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Allen to throw it. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Inside give to Davis.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride, too, you know. 3 straight first down type plays. Yeah, they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Allen. And Davis with it left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep.
And out of bounds right around the 20. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. They'll try it up the gut with Gore. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
More from L.A. in a moment. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
To throw, it's Allen. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
K.J. Hamler
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Bills have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Here's Darius Davis on the return. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Well, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Pass hauled in by Johnston.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
They'll run for it with Akers.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Bills are going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They begin with a run by Davis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Deion Henley there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10.
Allen completes it to Davis. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Now a handoff to Davis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
This taken in by Kincaid.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On first down, it's Gore. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Up the middle they go with Gore. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but works and clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18.
First down, Bills.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a handoff for Gore. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And different running back, same result as they stop him behind the line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Here's Gore now, running out of the gun. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Herbert and the Chargers down by 10. Just over 1:40 to play. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with first and 10. Now second down and a few inches. Herbert going to throw. He gets it to Johnston. Touchdown, LA! Quentin Johnston with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well, and always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So for Buffalo, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.